Yo, what up? Good morning, GMGF. Friday. Oh, baby. Friday. February 28th. Oh, last day of February. Look at that. We're ending the week on the month on a Friday. Love to see that. 2025. Look at that. Another beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I got my co-hosts in the house. Tyler, Mando, good morning. How you doing today?
I'm all right. How are you?
He's like,
I woke up and I was like, you just check Bitcoin. You're like, no, that can't be right.
For me, it's okay because I don't wake up to it. I go to sleep to it. But you guys wake up to it, right?
Bitcoin was at 78K when I woke up.
Yeah, because the big dips are at like 11 p.m. here, right?
Well, it's as soon as Europe wakes up, goes to have a croissant, and then the price and just pure panic in the streets of Paris.
Yeah, exactly. With the whole like 12 Bitcoin they own in the entire country. And so
Paris is an hour ahead of me. So when I wake up, they're in full.
Oh no, okay.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. Paris is like, oh no, fond. Why are these coins so low? Fond. Oh no.
The Americano drops.
I'm very bearish on France. I'm very bearish on French CT, on French Twitter, on French crypto. Sorry.
100%.
Very bearish. I'll tell you guys why in a second. Tyler, how you doing?
I'm good. I slept through most of the crash, so Bitcoin is back to 80 when I woke up. But man,
you should see last night, dude.
Say goodbye to February. This is the second worst February in crypto's history.
We got to pull up that chart that we pulled up Feb 1, thinking that we'd hit new highs in February, myself included. That's for sure. We definitely gonna have to. We had some hopes for a second. I'm bearish. So I'm bearish French crypto for the reason that I did an interview in French for a French big. It's like the us of France, kind of, but like smaller, but like still pretty big. Actually, it's pretty big. And the comments. So I said like something like they asked me about Cardano, and I was like, yeah, whatever. And they were so mad. They were so mad. And then the guy asked me, is there going to be an alt season? I said, no. I mean, there has been alt season. It's meme coins. Like, there's 10,000 meme coins a day. How can you have an alt season? And I got destroyed. Like, I have never gotten attacked so hard since like 2021. And it's all just French people mad that I talked shit about Cardano and said that the alt season is not happening. Like, I'm talking like furiously mad in the comments. You should see them. It's actually hilarious. I would read them to you guys, but they're in French. It's actually so funny. And then before the interview happened before Libra, and so I always used to say Solana to $1,000. You know that I say it all the time. I still think we're gonna go to 1,000, but maybe not this cycle anymore. But anyways, I go Solana to $1,000. So yes, but we do have to go by 420 at first, right? Which we've always said 420 to 1,000. Brother, they hate Solana over there.
They hate Solana?
I have to show you these comments. I mean, I don't know how to show you these comments. It's on Instagram, even worse. Because then they said, where do you get your information? So you guys need to get on Twitter. And let me tell you, their French hate X even more. So I hit everything they hated during that. I managed in 10 minutes to piss off the entire country. 1, X. 2, ADA. 3, no altcoin. And 4, Solana. It appears they hate all 4. I have never fumbled an interview so hard. I don't know. They're so mad at me over there. It's insane. Also, the fact that I interviewed Trump, I think doesn't really work. I boded well with them because we talked about that. The guy was asking me, so I don't think they really like him out there that much. But anyways, we're back, boys. Bitcoin's at 80. Who would have thought that Bitcoin at $83,000 would be such a euphoric feeling right now? Oh my god. Solana's at 144. Yeah. Market report. Tyler's up 100. We did get some very positive Solana news for what it's worth. Market report. Robit loot box bin. And then the show, as usual, is powered by, I promise I've got my thing open, powered by Galaxis. Galaxis is a Web3 platform empowering creators and brands to build unstoppable communities with full ownership and independence, trusted by icons like Donald Trump, Steve Aoki, Mike Tyson, and the NBA, shaping together the future of engagement. Mando, let's see what happens in this market right now.
Who is the man, macro daddy of the land?
Can you dig it?
GM, everyone. Well done for sticking with us during this turbulent week. Yeah, we had a bit of a morning. Bitcoin touched 78K. That was down. I was saying even in our group chat, right? Like Bitcoin was at 99K when me and Tyler were on this show this time last week. As we were talking, Bybit was like the Bybit hack happened, and we dipped from 99K live on the show. Probably like this exact moment where I'm talking now, and it hit 78K this morning.
Oh, it's true. I forgot about Bybit.
Yeah, dude, that's how this all started.
That was a week ago.
That was a week ago. Then we had big underperformance of Ethereum, which has kind of even continued now. But
it's getting wrecked.
It went below 2K.
Oh, wow, it did.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this, bro. That's a lower low, dude.
ETH does not look good here, dude.
Fuck. I'm not even trying to hey, this is just terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what happened with ETH. And most things started to fall out of bed. Like you sort of big moves lower. Solana hit 125. Even like the coins which have been strong recently, Hype, Bearer, all of this stuff. Even Kaito got smashed at one stage, but seemingly by the time I woke up and then as the mornings progressed, things started to get a little bit better. There was the main thing that caused a freak out yesterday was that the NASDAQ actually just got hammered into the close. So NASDAQ closed down 3% yesterday. And most of that happened in the last 10 minutes or last hour. So decent move lower there in tech stocks. Mainly on the back of Nvidia earnings, but also tariffs. Trump always talking about tariffs. And
tariffs.
Although yesterday he did meet Keir Starmer, who's the British PM, and kind of came out and said, "Oh, well, we might do a trade deal actually with the first actual country that I've seen him talk about a trade deal with is with the United Kingdom." Interestingly, the United Kingdom, by some metrics, actually has a trade surplus with the US. So
do you think that's because they're out of the EU? Do you think that plays into that? That they're on their own? Because he seems to be very vocal.
Maybe I think it's part of some of those goods that we sell. But yeah, we're not one of those horrific trade deficit countries with the US. So it would make absolutely no sense for Trump to not even try and do a trade deal with the UK. Also, interestingly, if you saw, we just completely walked back the Zelensky stuff, which kind of points to my commentary about focus on what actually happens rather than what he said.
No one's talking about it anymore. Someone
said, "Oh, do you still think Zelensky's a dictator?" And he said, "Oh, did I say that?" Next question. Literally word for word. Did I say that? I don't think I said that. Next question. Which I thought was pretty funny.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, focus on what happens rather than maybe what he says. It's very clear that he's happy to change his mind.
What a timeline.
And then bring people in after a big fight. But yeah, so that was the main thing that was getting people scared. And tech stocks have been really hammered during this period. We can go through a range of different tech stocks here, but not that pretty for any of the major Magnificent Seven companies here. And a lot of commentary around Tesla in particular, which kind of hit. Where did it hit yesterday?
Is it lower again?
No, it's up 2-3% today, but it's at 288. It was at 275 yesterday. Things like MicroStrategy, obviously we've spoken about this a lot, but that is down to 60%.
Oh wow, look at that.
And that's the main thing that you see people trying to continue to bash crypto about the Saylor, and that's going to be an ongoing risk and all this sort of stuff. We've spoken about this so many times. I don't think it's a risk right now. Maybe in the future, but it's not right now. To actually even come close to liquidating him would mean a sustained period of very low prices that would affect upcoming bond maturities. And I just don't think it's something that would really be a worry short term. We're talking like under 15K. But what this may do is, that premium has been massively hurt, and his ability then to raise more capital to buy Bitcoin has been affected. And people have been pointing, oh, he's the only reason crypto's higher, like he's the only buyer. I actually personally think that at this stage, Saylor is actually not been a net positive for crypto. I think the amount that he buys is more than offset with the fear around what's happening, and that he is like, this may not end well. I wouldn't have said that a year ago. But now he has got himself to this certain this point where he's raising money to do it. I think it's not been a net huge positive. So what I would say is that I don't really mind if Saylor stops buying Bitcoin. I said this on the show 2 days ago. Like I would prefer if he didn't. Like he's had a good trade. I don't want another scenario where a black swan can really hammer crypto.
It seems that that's what they're holding over people's heads, right?
Right,
yeah, and they're trying to bring Bitcoin back down to its average, which is around 69K.
That's what gets used to bash crypto a lot, And
it's
people,
like the main narrative right now. I feel like the main Bitcoin anti-narrative is like that.
Yeah, and I think part of that also is just like a misunderstanding of he'll get liquidated somehow if it goes down to his average price. If you appear in 2022, you know that like Bitcoin hung out below Saylor's average price for a long time, a long time. It doesn't matter. It would have to go down a lot more for that to ever become an issue. But so the average price isn't just some level where Saylor loses his Bitcoin. No way. That's not how it would work. And I don't even think you'd be able to do that anyway. But that's why I'm a little bit. That is still there though. Like people are still using that against Bitcoin. So I think that's partly why alts are maybe slightly outperforming. I don't know if you guys would agree with me a little bit here, but I feel like part of it's the ETF outflows starting to happen, right? Because of the basis unwinding. But I think part of it is like this fear around Saylor that perhaps means that people and alts having been already crushed, right? That people feel like maybe they're better risk reward trades.
Yeah.
That's what I'm seeing.
Bitcoin seems to be catching up a little bit right now as we're talking, but you're right. I mean, it seems like alts have really. I mean, Solana was so fucking sold. Like it's like battered. Last night Solana went to 127, guys, which was kind of the mark we've been talking about, Mando. I don't know if it was on the show or off the show, but we have been talking about this 127 range here. And it's good. I wish I got out of bed last night for this. I was in bed chilling, just watching everything go to zero.
I bought some Solana and I bought some Sonic this morning.
Because like it was grim, guys. I was just in bed, just like kind of like scrolling and like chilling. It was just like lower. Then like Solana was like 127, Bitcoin was like 70. I was like, I should get out of bed. I texted Wiz. I was like, Wiz, what are you doing? He's like, yeah, I'm longing. I'm like, I should probably get out of bed. Because like he's pretty good at catching these. I was like, I should get out of bed. And then I didn't get out of bed. It's okay. It's just poverty. But we'll be back at 127 like after tomorrow, so it's fine. What up, Tyler?
Do you think 127 was just a local low, or do you think that's gonna be our?
I had my mark at 127 because that was the previous high that was so hard to break back then. Like I remember it like last year or some shit. But I don't know. I think I don't know. Out of the gutter.
There was some news this morning, right, specifically around
Let's
Solana,
bring it up.
that we're going to get the CME is going to start allowing Solana futures to trade.
That's super positive.
Which the CME is a commodities exchange. So that would imply that Solana is a commodity. It obviously would then lead to an ETF. It may point to a sooner filing, right? And with that as well, you probably will get a lot more of this sort of basis style trading
Yeah.
that we've seen on Bitcoin and ETH. So that will probably make funding cheaper for everyone who's perp trading.
Sammy traders once it launches. It's so funny.
Yeah, but I think we spoke about this yesterday. Like, I think Solana looked oversold, which made it a good buy. But then you got to, when you're in crypto, you got to think about like the next few steps, particularly if you're buying on RSI. Like we spoke about that yesterday. If you bought an RSI yesterday, like it went down way lower on that RSI, right? You might be up on certain things now, but RSI is a dangerous thing to
It's
buy
true.
on.
People were sharing RSI charts at 142. So that's important to mention on the show because Mando did say like be careful, don't just trade the RSI. He said keep taking into account, but like don't just trade it. Yeah. RSI charts came out at 142 and we still dumped to 127. So that's quite a move. Tyler, what do you think we're at here with Solana? I mean, you were asking me like I think Solana's like the most oversold and most overhated coin here at this stage. Like every time you talk about Solana, everyone's like, "Oh, crime." I told you about the French thing, for example. I'm not exaggerating. Like people really hate Solana. Like, and even at some point, I was max bearish sold because of after everything that happened. But 127 is hard to be bearish at this stage. Thing was $300. Come on, you know. Like there is still like it's not all just memes on Sol. Like I think saying it's just memes on Sol and just crime is also like there's two sides. There's like over loving it and saying, yo, it's just Sol, and there's also over hating it, right? Like at some point, there is some great things being built on there.
It felt overhated.
Yeah,
sure. Like I'll start by saying, I'm not going to try to call bottom. I said in our group chat, I really want to see crypto strong on a red stock market day.
Smart.
So I really feel better about where things are at right now. But with that being said, it feels like everyone got super bearish on Sol at the bottom. It's down, 65% or something from the top. And now I kind of think that we're going to see a bullish unlock. It would not have been a bullish unlock at 250. That would have been tremendous sell pressure. At 140, with CME futures, the inflation reduction vote happening in less than a week, I don't know. It's a different situation. And I think once you get past this massive unlock overhang and Sol doesn't fall off a cliff, and then you see the futures coming, and now ETF, I was in the camp originally that I thought the ETF would come in Q1, and then it became the bears were out there talking like, no, you're crazy. It's Q4 at the earliest.
Yeah.
I don't know. This government's getting shit done fast. And
dude,
these institutions are pushing this stuff through right now.
Yeah.
I think Q1's still possible. Why not?
Why not? I mean, it is definitely. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk more about the government because of the meme coin stuff yesterday in your roundup. But this government is actually getting done shit quick. With regards to crypto. Yesterday you had even more cases dismissed. So I'm sure we'll talk about. So let's actually get to your topics here because I think it pertains to how the market is reacting to everything today. Just curious about what you guys think about a little weekend pomperoni on low volume because no ETFs to dump on us. It feels like this week was just everyday ETFs just hammered us down.
You know what I bought for the first time in a while today?
Let me guess. What? I was gonna say Farcoin or Mog, but what do you say?
I bought Mog.
Wow. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Thank God. Mando's buying Mog, lads. Mando is buying Mog.
He wants to go levered ETH after saying the ETH chart looks
yeah, what the fuck?
I mean, has ETH had any bearing on Mog before? Ever?
That's true. Mog has been outperforming ETH like all cycles, so that is very true. I mean, if you're buying Mog at some point, you bet it here, right?
Oh my goodness.
I just like that headline yesterday, which is like meme coins are.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Let's get
to
that.
When are you going to buy this if it's not right now?
It's fair.
Right now or never.
It's very fair.
Like at this stage, when you look at a chart like that, where's Pepe at?
It's too.
I know you were buying Pepe a bit too. Yeah, Pepe also. Pepe's at 3 billion. Wow. Mando's literally eating the dip right now. What are you eating? What is that?
Yeah,
That's good. Oh, peanut butter. All right, nice. Well, Tyler.
This is not a steaks.
Wait, what's the CA for that? It's so crunchy he has to mute whatever he's eating. All right, Tyler, let's go.
Crypto analysis. Tyler Day on FOMO hour calls the kids paying this.
Ready to bash the Bears. Folks, crypto majors tumbled overnight, but are rebounding swiftly. Bitcoin back to 84K. Sold up 6% on the day now. 146.60 on the back of the breaking news we got this morning. The CME to launch Sol futures on March 17th, just a couple of weeks away. Headlines were pouring in yesterday. So Uniswap added a fiat off-ramp for the first time, allowing users to swap tokens to USDC, then off-ramp to cash in the bank within seconds, powered by Moonpay, Robinhood, and Transact. So that was huge news. The SEC dropped cases against Coinbase and Consensys, two of the biggest cases they had still open. Those are now closed. The SEC also released a statement clarifying their stance on meme coins. And meme coins are not securities, with a few exceptions. You can still commit fraud and you will be prosecuted via meme coins. So it is not crime season. Texas passed legislation for its strategic Bitcoin reserve through its Business and Commerce Committee, now on to the Senate. That will be a huge state that we need to root for that to pass. And then BitMEX reportedly shopping for a buyer, according to CoinDesk. In token airdrop and protocol news, more big headlines. Metamask introduced a major overhaul for their wallet, including native Bitcoin and Sol support, a new home screen UI, abstracted gas, meaning you could pay in any token, smart account features, and more. Base introduced these Flashblocks as a new method to enhance speed, bringing their block time down from 2 seconds to 2 milliseconds. And Mintify is going to drop their token, the Mint token. They share their tokenomics as well. It's launching on Solana, and then they're kicking off with the big reward season over there. That was most of the news. Quickly on the rest of it, AI was down. The leaders were down about 10%. That may have flipped now. I don't have the board up in front of me. Meme coin leaders were also down about 10%, though I'm sure they're starting to V-shape up a little bit here. NFTs mostly chopped. Abstract NFTs keep cooking, more green on the board. And then a controversial 101 from Botto called the Giraffe sold for 54 ETH on Verse yesterday. So this one is either going to be...
Why is it controversial?
Just wait till you see it. We'll pull it up.
I saw it because it looks like one of those, the dino thingy.
It looks like something like a third grader would put together. And it sold for 54 ETH, making it probably a top 10 digital art sale of the year or so far. So this is either going to be one that becomes like a very mimetic.
Are you telling me this is not worth 55 ETH?
What are you saying, Tyler?
Yeah, Tyler.
You can't be saying that.
What do you know about art,
right?
Tyler?
Apparently, the backstory on this is this was I don't know if it was the first time, but I think the idea here is that Botto used a new generative algorithm for this.
Well,
brother, if you look at the wait, I need to smoke weed. But if you look at the contrast between the colors, the bottom is very dry. This is very it shows like dryness, the lack of water, would occur. This looks to be somewhere, in sub-Sahara or something like that. You have the giraffe, and then you have the trees, which at the
it's
top.
a metaphor for the market, I feel.
It's a metaphor for the market. I agree.
It's a metaphor for more than just the market. It's a metaphor for life itself, I feel.
I mean, look, man, the top of this is like colorful, joyful. You have these hues, these greens, these blues.
The green dips,
The green dips. I mean, if you flip it, this even looks like the chart of the longs. If you look at the, you know what I mean? This one? It looks like where's the long chart? Where do you find it here again, Mando? It's
what do you mean?
It's the graph.
Oh, you mean coin glass?
Yeah, coin glass. Yeah, it looks like the where is it again? Fuck it.
You'll find it.
Funding, yeah, it looks like a funding rate heat map. That's what I'm trying to say. It's if you really look deep, this looks like a funding rate heat map, and the giraffe is looking up towards the sun. It's beautiful, Tyler.
Maybe 54 ETH was a steal.
Yeah, I'm thinking we should have bought that.
If you're not cultured enough to see it, Tyler, that's kind of on you, my friend.
It's clear that I'm not. So we will see. Shout out to Barack Crimo for his.
What?
Barat bought it?
Yeah, Barat bought it for 55 ETH. The person is saying, it saddens me. I still have to explain this to some of my friends, but here it goes. Botto DAO is important. And that's, by the way, this is very true. I actually agree. Like, if you're bullish AI, Botto was OG, like, in terms of creating art. Botto DAO is important technology, blah, blah, blah. There's a group of people. Yeah, they're great. Look, BottoDAO was great. Anyways, we're not knocking on BottoDAO, by the way. I would never. I just thought that was funny.
I mean, Botto is very cool. It doesn't mean that every single piece that it creates is.
Yeah, exactly.
And art is subjective. So in essence, I do agree. Like I don't really like that piece, but I love a lot of their pieces. You know what I mean?
It
So-
does seem like it somehow. I've seen,
Fuck render at his gallery in Montreal. I've been there. He displayed it. That's so good. Fucking Fred. Anyways, Tyler, go ahead.
then we got some more breaking news this morning. Trump's coming for the metaverse.
The Magaverse.
The metaverse.
What?
He filed a trademark for metaverse collectibles, a new NFT and crypto trading platform.
Dude, if that's not a semi-top signal, I don't know what is, dude. Last cycle Metaverse was the biggest top signal ever. This is giving me Facebook changed his name to Meta vibes. So we're not there yet.
We don't need more crypto assets from Trump. I think we're
Brother, just
done.
wait till you mint his other side version.
the other side.
Bro, it literally says Trump organization files for trademark for Trump to launch an metaverse and NFT trading platform.
No, because he already has NFTs already.
Oh, he loves NFTs.
Name on him.
Trump
He loves NFTs. Oh my god. Anyways, the Magaverse. I mean, this is honestly giving me like Facebook changed his name to Meta vibes. That was the first thought I had, which doesn't mean you're at the top because there was a way bigger run after that. Remember, the whole narrative of summer last year was like, this is gonna fly. But when he mints a collection of 100,000 pieces of land with 100,000 more to mint on Ethereum blockchain, it's not everything.
I'm buying, and then I'm going to sell everything.
Yeah, we do
You
that
have
because
your
the
house
other
next
side
to
went up.
Have your house next to Snoop Dogg, you know?
Other side cooked for a second. We just didn't sell our quotas in time.
2080.
They went to 20 ETH.
20 ETH.
The quotas went to 20 ETH each.
Oh yeah, quotas,
Yeah, the quotas. Anyways, Tyler, there was another breaking news. Quickly, I do want to talk about this, and then I'll give it to you. It was Justin, BlackRock adds its own Bitcoin ETF into a $150 billion model portfolio universe just now, like 30 seconds ago.
What is that?
For the first time ever, in their model portfolio, BlackRock has a Bitcoin ETF in there. So just more signal that, you know, for them, it's like really like something to buy. Anyways, Tyler, what's the most important stuff you got for us today? There's a lot.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think the MetaMask news is huge just because they have so many users.
Let's go there.
Right. So they have clearly been working behind the scenes. They announced this huge overhaul last night. I think the biggest piece of this is now they've got native Bitcoin and Sol support. You know, I remember the challenges of having to set up Xverse and other ordinals wallets to hold Bitcoin, and it did not feel good. So I think for folks who want to hold those assets, that is going to be welcome. They've got a new UI. I think the abstracted gas is the other big piece here.
That was good, yeah.
You'll be able to pay in any token. So if someone sends you, I don't know, a bunch of MOG on ETH, you won't need ETH in that wallet to be able to swap it.
It's so annoying, by the way, that part if in the first place that you always have to have ETH to like sell something. The amount of times I've had to like transfer just a little bit of ETH, or like the other day Mando had to like send me like dust to like buy a token. You know what I mean? It's like it's just
That's what that's what what's his face was saying. Andre on the show, right? Like it's at the blockchain level you can get apps who pay the gas for you. Like we can opt in. I think they can do that on Solana. And they can do that on Sonic. I don't know if they can do it on ETH layer 1.
Yeah.
Huge. I mean, as we think about the user experience in crypto more broadly, like that's one of the major hurdles that I think has to get fixed. And it looks like we're starting to make some progress on that front. Perhaps the biggest unlock is going to be these smart account features. And I haven't really seen any examples of what that could look like. But that seems like one aspect of this that could have arguably the most potential. And then that MetaMask credit card, it's sharp.
Very cool.
Up.
You have one, no?
Oh, I have the digital. I want the physical.
Yeah, I got you.
Down reply sections to these posts to try to.
No, we got you. So I was supposed to go to Denver to pick mine up, because they made some for me, Locks, and I'm sure we got you. We got you, but they're good. I think Loxy went to their event. Apparently, it was great. A lot of people knocking on ETH Denver, but all the side events are actually packed, and there's a lot of good conversations happening. I know for a fact that on a business level, like Like we sent locks last minute, and like there's a lot being done behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'll say this was actually the first year I had ETH Denver FOMO.
Yeah, same.
Wish I was there. It seems like there's a lot happening there.
The conferences themselves are never like that crazy, by the way. Like anywhere you go in the world, but like the side events and the biz you do face to face, bar none.
Yeah, totally agree. The other aspect of this MetaMask, so they changed their logo. The fox is winking. Why is the fox winking?
Dude, and they wonder, and yesterday they dismissed the case.
The token's coming. It's not going to be the Max token, but it's probably the Linea token, right? Tied to there.
So you think it's going to be a Linea token tied to MetaMask over a MetaMask token?
You know how to farm one way? I am a Linea user. I have used Linea because if you have that MetaMask credit card, you have to put your funds on Linea. So I'm ready.
That's actually so smart. I know you were saying this, we were talking about this yesterday, but a good way to farm that chain is actually using the credit card. So like, for example, my crypto credit card is on Gnosis chain, but there's no Gnosis airdrop coming, but you get like cash back. But like right now, this makes me want to get a MetaMask card just to transact on Linea by buying things. So that for when the inevitable airdrop comes, you get it. You get a lick. I feel like that's actually smart.
Why not? The thing about these crypto credit cards is like they don't impact your credit score, and they're all just like asset backed.
They're amazing. Crypto credit cards are amazing.
You can't just go spend $100K if you don't have money in the wallet. So if folks don't know how this works, you have to fund the wallet with USDC, and then you can spend against that effectively. So it's more like a debit card, but it is a very nice way to be able to spend your crypto assets in the real world.
Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what it's like. I'm excited to get one. I think they're really cool. So it's not bad. 3% cashback on USDC, not bad. Not bad, honestly.
A lot of these now. It's getting crowded. AVAX has theirs.
Yeah.
Moonpay from Memeland, they've got theirs. Now.
Yeah, you can. It's not that like we met the head of MasterCard in Paris. It's cool. Like they're really like tapped in to the space. They love it. I mean, it's good business for them, right? The whole stablecoins thing, getting these gens to spend their crypto. I mean, Mando, you talked about using crypto credit cards a while ago, right?
I've been using them for years. Yeah.
Yeah, forever. I actually encourage people to get one and actually like spend some of your, first of all, spend some of your fucking money, man. First of all, like, you know, like you gotta like those magic dollars, like are not gonna, you know, we're also gonna spend at the casino. And second of all, it'll also help you get a grip of what money's worth. I think we get very desensitized to money in this industry. And there's nothing like buying, I don't know, $500 dinner or like, I don't know, like something with your crypto or like a hockey tickets or whatever you like, and realizing that this is actually real money, you know? It'll help you probably trade better because you'll have a better understanding of the value of money. Because I got desensitized for a second, and I got my crypto credit card. And now I save a lot of money because I cash out to my crypto credit card like every week. A tiny bit, but still something. So I think people should do that. I encourage people to get.
I think that's really good advice. Like I've said that for a long time. Like when
you told me, remember you told me that like while back, Farouk, you should get a crypto credit card.
It's just good. Like I pay for everything.
Yeah. My whole life is paid in crypto except for my rent, but everything else is on crypto credit card. So, anyways, Tyler, that was big. Good stuff from MetaMask. I know a lot of people knock on like brand designs, but if you understood branding, like it's like little things sometimes make a big difference. Like I see the difference in MetaMask logo as soon as I open the thing, and sometimes you don't need a whole logo change. You just polish the thing a little bit. You know what I mean? So hopefully we get some news there on the token front now that they cooked the SEC. I don't know if you want to talk about that, but that was also big news, right?
Those were the other headlines. I didn't really dig in. So I kind of felt like this was all inevitable.
Yeah.
That's easy for us to say for these folks who have paid tens of millions of dollars in legal fees.
In hundreds of millions of dollars, Gemini said.
Hundreds?
Hundreds. Gemini, the Winklevi said that it was in the hundreds of millions of dollars that was spent in legal fees against the SEC for crypto companies.
Across
everyone.
Yeah, together.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, now we have Lubin announcing that they were fighting. They fought back against the SEC, and looks like they're going to have the case dropped.
Yep.
On the same day, so it feels like the writing's on the wall. They're all going to get dropped, and at the same time, it seems like the SEC is going to switch gears and actually start looking at those committing fraud.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Let's talk about the other news, the meme coin one. I know you covered it, but that was a funny one because the timeline, as soon as they saw it, they thought, hey, let's go. Crime season's back, but hold your horses. You can't commit. Breaking news. Crime is still illegal.
It is indeed. So yesterday, the SEC, they issued a statement clarifying the application of federal security laws to meme coins. They concluded meme coins are not securities, and thus they do not require SEC registration, but they also did still warn of potential fraud risks and actions that could be taken to still be deemed as a security. So the reason that they went into it, their rationale for why meme coins are not securities, basically applied the Howey test and said that because funds are not pulled together and that price movement depends on market sentiment, not the efforts of a central entity, they are not securities. But they did say that not all meme coins are necessarily exempt. And if one is structured in a way that mimics securities, like promising returns via a managed enterprise, they still might regulate it. Then they also caution that fraudulent activity could still face persecution under other laws, even though they're not securities. So I think this is first reactions. We got the clarification we wanted. It was a logical, reasonable document. I feel like just welcome back to logic and reason here from our regulators. It does raise the question for me. The first place my head went was like, okay, so which of our meme coins still might be securities?
No, sorry. It's not considered Libra.
Well, I don't know about that. I think Libra committed fraud, certainly.
No, but they said they didn't sell it as a meme coin. They sold it as something to help the Argentinian government and economy. They was sold on the promise of something.
Yeah, so for the Howey test, it's important at the time of sale what's being promised, right? So out of the top meme coins, I don't think any of them at the time of sale, like you could argue like Bonk now has a whole like ecosystem of trading bots and all that sort of stuff. But at the time of sale, I don't think I felt like largely none of the major coins were going to be hurt by this.
I agree.
I think, but what might get tricky is some of these like AI investment DAOs.
Yes, DAOs are different.
Yeah, they're different. Jelly would be an example of something that you would argue is not a meme coin in this. Internet capital markets is shut down.
Yeah, internet capital markets definitely does not fit within the definition, if you ask me.
So, but like none of the major meme coins, I think, are affected by this. You could argue that some of the AI coins that were sold as meme coins might get tripped up by this.
But even then, like it's gonna take so much time to argue that. Like at the end of the day, I don't think they're going after anything, right?
But I would say like the major ones, let's go through them. So Fartcoin, no. AI16Z originally was just a meme of Mark Andreessen, right?
Right.
So I don't know actually. Maybe it was originally an investment DAO style product. Like that one, I don't know.
Probably
Arc, you could argue, yeah, not a meme, more of a security. I would have to look at what was done when it was sold.
I think there's also security and there's utility, right?
Well, it's more like what are they promising you at launch?
Okay.
Right. What did they promise you at launch? Now these were all done on pump funds, so there's no like.
That's the thing. At pump fund launch, you promise nothing. Yeah.
That's a security sale. I don't think they're going to come after any of them.
And by the way, even if you have a meme coin, Tyler, that by the definition is not a security, that doesn't mean you can commit fraud within that meme coin. So PNDs, like what that means that Liddy Portnoy thinking, oh, let's go now, I can launch a coin. No, like he's totally wrong. What he was doing is literally loading up from multiple side wallets, pumping it, then dumping it on people, then saying he doesn't know who's dumping. That is still considered fraud, right? Just want to make that clear.
It's
so,
fine, right?
Fine. I mean, yeah, and then they have to go and prove it, right, Tyler? So this goes to the court of law, blah, 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 and we're not lawyers, so.
What seems legal now, like, let's just play it out. So, like, if you were to launch a Farote coin, you could promote it as just a collectible. You could tout it, and you could dump it, and you'd be totally fine as long as you didn't make any like false promises that you were going to hold for some period of time.
Yeah.
So like that is now clear.
You can launch endless pump funds now. You could be like a pump fund dev that never tweets about shit, and you can launch 100 coins a day.
Why are we not doing this, boys? Let's have a coin a day.
Well, because honestly, I'll tell you why. Is because there is actually the code of the day should be a meme coin.
Yeah, epic. Ugh.
Yeah. Anyways,
I can travel back to the US now.
speaking of codes. Oh my God, so rude. Speaking of codes, the code today is rebound. REBOUND rebound. Rafflebot.xyz. Come on to CryptoPunk, lads. CryptoPunks. Tyler, for the longest time, didn't want punks. He didn't even like punks. He was talking shit about punks. And then he buys a punk.
Another crash.
Decimated.
Many such cases.
Many such cases. God damn it. Just kidding, Tyler. We love you.
I made a clear mistake, and I've seen people talk about making this mistake, and I still made
what's going on?
You have a nice trade, or for me, here was a nice airdrop.
And the next second,
instead of taking the funds, sleeping on it, giving myself some time to think through, I did the exact thing you're not supposed to do, and I impulse bought a punk in the same day. And had I waited 7 days, I could have bought with the perfect trade 3, 2 for sure.
Wow, you could have bought 3 punks. That's top range, and that's assuming that you would have topped Kaido.
Yeah, so like
but
that
2 punks is
a possible thing, but yeah, I could have basically gotten 2 if I would have played it better.
I don't overthink it, right? Lots of people have done shitty trades over the last week, me included. I think, you just did what you did. I think in a year's time, you'll probably be really happy.
Not even, but like September. You know what I mean? Like
I just mean in general. You'll remember having the punk. It'll be quite a cool thing to you'll have. I
agree.
I don't ETH. Like if you're talking about me buying MOG, I don't know if people are rushing to buy a .ETH badge right now.
Guys, this is like we were even saying like, oh, maybe ETH will look good here with everything going on Solana, but
I was there for a day. I was there for a day, and then I was there for half a day.
Same. And when it went to 2,800 the other day, I'm like, oh, maybe. And then I'm like, yeah, let me hold off. And bang, bang, bang. They downloaded the whole fucking clip on that thing. Code is rebound. REBOUND rebound. Rafflebot.xyz rebound. Anyways,
you know what I'll never do though? Like it does feel as though there is a very vocal bit of the community that just trash ETH.
Like, I mean, what Ansem is doing is a little intense. Like now he's calling for 600.
It's not just him; it's all the hyperliquid guys.
Yeah, Flood.
It's a lot of other Solana people too. It's kind of crazy to see. Like, there's a lot of hate on the timeline for ETH.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, I get it. Conferences are kind of mad, but like, you also like don't have to put a picture of when it's empty. It is funny though when you read them. Like, this is a fact, right? And that's pretty crazy. ETH is trading at the same price it was during April 2021. If you bought ETH in April 2021, you would be break even right now. While Bitcoin's up 42%, QQQ's up 49%, Solana's up 430%, T-bill yield is up 8%. Like even yield will beat you. You know, it's like T-bills. It's intense.
Yeah.
The thing about Flood, I mean, no one who bought hype outside of the first 8 days of its existence is up on the trade.
Well, no, a lot of these guys made money on the airdrop, right?
That's the point.
Right.
But he actually had another tweet which made me think a little bit more. If you go back to his profile, but he dunked on everything, right? But he dunked on Solana a little bit.
We should have him on. What's the other tweet?
Maybe. He's talking about Solana like that we have just like accepted that we just got rugged on for many months. No.
Kaido too called it 100.
Yeah, Kaido is one of them.
It's maybe it was a day or two ago. They
do tweet a lot. So it's tough to see.
Yeah, there we go.
Which one? This?
No. Why have we received no clarity in who was doing all the sniping of tokens on Solana? Why is the Solana's community not banging down the doors asking for explanations about who is insider trading, clearly using material non-public information to steal from retail? And then the next comment was, They stole your money by promising you a version of events that meme coins were a completely organic and fair playing field. And when it turns out to be systematically set up, you guys just take it, wipe your chin, and walk away. Maybe Solana manlets are as low tier as ETH holders. I actually thought this was.
Is he wrong?
I thought he's pretty accurate.
Like, why is nobody looking into this?
Just kind of moved on, from that kind of. I guess they haven't moved on, but like. It does feel as just like, oh, okay, so we all just got rugged for like a month and everyone just got decimated on the daily runner shit.
He has a point.
That was
why are we not
month, right?
Why are we not looking into this?
It's like kind of all right. The whole story that meme coins were completely organic and fair playing field was, you're calling out Murad here. The memes that Murad was talking about were not the memes that were launching on Meteora and opening at a 5.
No, I think that's completely different. I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm talking about the January to February period.
Like that last stretch of crime wasn't like open. Like it was just like straight up like crime on crime on crime on crime. Like
Like where's the Jupiter internal investigation? Remember it was meant to be Fenwick and then no one said a word since then.
Which one?
Do you not remember? Meow said, "Oh, we're gonna get in somebody to do an investigation."
Of course they didn't, bro. Come on.
We're gonna get in.
They all closed. Even day one, I was in Hong Kong and I was the only one calling, like 3 of us calling Ben Chow out on the timeline because it was sucking his dick because he's the fucking founder of Meteora. I was tweeting out, Ben, I know you're guilty. Like I was literally getting DMs from people saying, yo, this guy is guilty. 24 hours later, he's stepping down. Like, you know what I mean? Like they literally kick people. Do you know like the Solana Boogles, you know that community that's like really chat, like the top community of Solana that's super closed. They kicked out a few members. That's public knowledge, by the way. They literally kicked out members of the community for allegedly being involved in some shit. Like that is pretty wild when you think about it. That is the top community in Solana.
I think this went all the way up. I think a lot of top protocols in Solana probably were all involved. This, right?
I like Mel. I think he's fucking funny, but I want to see more. Like they were. This is crazy. See, this is why I have so much trouble coming back into this trade. Like, I'm just so like,
the tough thing about it, I actually don't know a way where they couldn't have a bunch of insiders for this stuff, right? Like after Trump says, "Hey, we want to do a coin and we need to launch it on Meteora and we need help doing it and we need to do it with Jupiter," like a bunch of people are going to find that out. And then when that becomes the meta, when that becomes like, right, this person's now going to launch one and they need to come, like automatically the platforms get to a lot of people get inside information and the whole market is waiting for that as well. Like they are waiting for that coin to come out each day. That the opportunity for abuse is just like unbelievable, right?
Yeah, I agree. Anyways, I don't know. I'd love to get to the end of this, but it's also the soul scan is unreadable. So if this was on Ethereum, like you'd get to the end of it in like a day, right? Yeah. No, I'm serious. Like, it's a meme, it's a joke, but like, it's real, right? Like, have you ever tried reading SoulScan?
I think that's also part of the reason why, like, meme coin traders who are down, like, they're just like accepting it. It's like we all knew that like the game that we were playing for the most part, and yeah, it was more rigged, but still, like, you lost a game that's all predicated on trying to find the next higher buyer.
Does it not annoy you though that like clearly a bunch of people at these top protocols made like tens of millions of dollars doing that?
Yes.
Like clearly people, like even the final one made 100 million for one guy, right?
One guy, and he's off. By the way, what happens to putting back into the chart?
No chance. No chance. You saw from his exact reaction what was about to happen.
It's crazy. His whole family are cons. Like his mom's a con, his sister's a con, his dad's a con. Like, did you see what Beanie went into? Like, his whole family are cons.
Yeah.
It's a family affair. They're the Millers.
If you pull that out, then you just have to basically hate Solana because those.
But surely someone invested.
They're all the backbone of Solana right now, right? Like those are the.
That's what I kind of mean. I know Fly is trying to like. He's actually trying to sow this like active,
of course,
hate here. Like he is trying to do that, but on this, I thought it was kind of fair. Like it is kind of crazy that like we're just moved on and everyone in the community just lost a ton of money over the last 2 months, and probably a bunch of insiders made a ton of money, and That's it. Like
Yeah.
on a rig game.
Yeah. The thing is, like, and everybody, the main
It's
excuse,
issue
like,
with Solana, isn't it? Sorry, I'm talking too much. But yeah.
the main excuses are like, oh, but you knew that, but it's like, so it still doesn't make it okay. Like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, we all knew Solana, the meme coin casino was always rigged. It's like, okay, sure, yeah, but like this is like wild. And people in the comments saying NFTs were the same. So, like, yo, that person killed 5 people. That person killed 3 people. Oh, but he killed less people than the other guy. So, I think like we're a little like redacted in this. I swear to God, in this industry, like a lot of people fell on their heads when they were babies or something, including myself. But I just don't understand. Like, it's like what? Like, oh, he only stole 100 mil. Yo, that guy sold $1 billion. It's worse. So
We can't have nice Ponzi's, you know? Why can't we just have nice Ponzi's, guys?
bro, that's just. I'm just gonna go like become a DeFi head on Sonic or some shit. Anyways, Tyler, do you have anything else you want to touch on?
OpenSea at the end of the NFT cycle, and I know there's that shit with Nate, but largely if they had been
Nate
found
went
out,
to prison for $50,000.
right? If they had found out that these actual platforms had been selling these NFTs, like really hyped NFTs, or got like a ton of whitelist spots and just dumped them in the first minute, right? And everyone had been trying to buy them, but like the platform got millions. Those platforms would be dead in the water, right?
Bro. And someone just said something on Pump Fund. You're so right. Who's in the comment? Ebrink. Jupiter and Meteora do all this, and yet we're mad at Pump Fund. Like, at least Pump Fund is like openly just selling these meme coins, cashing out the Solana in front of your face, not even hiding. Alon's everywhere in the timeline. And you guys are like probably like just like happy with Meteor and Jupiter. Like, it's crazy. Right?
Yeah.
You could argue that Meteor and Jupiter were more extractive companies than Pump Fund here. Because they literally preyed on you.
I don't want to come across as defeatist because I'm not defeatist, but like what's an individual person supposed to do?
That's not my point.
Yeah.
My point right now is that I think I guess it agrees with what we already said in that Solana needs a little bit of a cleanse after that. Like that's not great feeling, is it, to be involved?
Isn't there this like lake or water in India where you go and bathe yourself in and you come out clean?
The Ganges.
The Ganges, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's pull this back a little bit. So, like, we were talking about the CME futures and the ETF.
I don't think this is like the Ganges.
And I was kind of talking in our group chat, like, all right, the ETF is coming. Now we just have to come up for like what's the thesis to pitch the sole ETF buyers out there.
Yeah,
different, right? I don't know that I have the articulated thesis just yet. So I think that's a part of the cleanse. Is like let's come up with the new thesis statement.
The first thing you want to do is not buy Solana, but maybe I'll just talk about this slightly from my standpoint, because I've spent nearly a year trying to build up Epic with tons of other stuff. It kind of infuriates me as well, because it's like people were playing that game and just getting absolutely hosed, and then now no Solana meme coins just get absolutely destroyed, absolutely like annihilated now. It's kind of ruined the whole system. I don't know if he's ruined it, but like I would like to hope that, you know, things coalesce around different projects, all that sort of stuff. But it's just like those guys have really ruined it now.
Yeah. I don't know. The question is, are new market participants going to want to get in on what's coming next? Like, again, because the new market participants that came in from the celebrities, the Trumps, the Melanias, the streams, the this, the that, like, you know, the people that brought it, because there was some people on board. Like, you can laugh at like the streaming and the Aiden Rosses, but that's still on board. Some like there's still like it still touts people's curiosity, which brings them into the space. Those people are all down a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like I saw this tweet. This guy was like, "Oh, guys, I had 25K at the top. I'm a 19-year-old now. I'm 4K." Like these tweets are starting to come out. You know what I mean? Or the other guy I showed you guys saying that he bought MLG all the way to the top using his bank. And by the way, that's his own fault, right? Not just because I say MLG, don't go blaming banks and shit. But I'm saying like, and now he's got credit card debt. Like these tweets are coming out again.
It might not be
brings
Banks'
these people
fault.
back to Solana?
It might not be Banks' fault, but MLG might be one of the worst rugs of the whole cycle. Just to let you know, like
this is bad.
when mainstreaming gaming, Sims may come in on this, but like I think a lot of new entrants came in for that coin. It was one of the more widespread coins right at the end of the cycle. And Fartcoin, I think did that a little bit too. Like a coin that went mainstream this cycle.
Fartcoin went proper mainstream though. Yeah. MLG did too, actually. Fuck, man. Wow, that was the Aiden wick here, right? The stream wick.
Dude, it went down to 9 million.
True story. I was at the airport in Toronto last Friday, and I heard this guy saying, "Yeah, MLG hit my spot where I'm buying at the lounge, at Air Canada lounge." That was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, how many tokens printed that candle where it goes 30 million to 150 million?
I mean, this exact pattern, we've seen it on every token at this stage, right? So, I mean, let's look at like. How is something like Pop? What is? I didn't even look. Like, what's Popcat?
But Popcat, you had plenty of time.
Oh yeah,
and you were up. Like, only the people who really round trip that one are down. Like that was.
Yeah. You had time. You had many chances to stop Popcat.
Same with Whiff.
Same with Whiff. See, the new memes, they die at this first done here. Like the older memes
for 11 months. So I basically round tripped the entire first cycle, but then we got a full second shot at it.
Yeah.
See, the new memes never got a second chance yet.
Yeah.
So going back to why I bought Mog today is because I was like, it's not on Solana, and
Coinbase
kind of
everything.
It was very bullish news for meme coins that yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Whether you can't do crime, but like these are now here to stay. Right, meme coins are now going to be something that we do for a long, long time, and I think you're going to see massive ones.
I mean, Mog is a great collectible. I like Mog a lot.
Pepe obviously is another one. There's a ton of different ones you can go and buy. Rect obviously, but it did make me think that it's not a bad time to consider those at peak.
I liked Greeny's tweet. Was it Greeny? Because I replied to it. He was saying that if he were to play memes, he would play the 2023 sort of like established memes. And you're talking like Pepe and Mog in there, right? And then alts and majors. Forget what he was, but I actually am much more confident buying a bag of Pepe and Mog than I'm like probably any other meme. What do you think, Tyler?
It's up there.
Don't make him do it. Don't make it. Where is SPX? Where is the fabled
Let's look
SPX
at the Mirage.
Mog?
I still like SPX over Mog.
No, SPX is 2x still, I think.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's 2x. It's literally 500 mil. I'm impressed at this, dude.
Everyone's donkey on Mirage. I don't have the capital to back this up, so I'm not going to do it. But like, are you going to bet that none of the Mirage memes make new all-time highs? Would you take that bet?
No, I wouldn't, because SPX is really just like less than, like it's not that far from its ATH, honestly, when you think about it. If you zoom out.
Definitely not.
Like SPX is not that far.
Some of those are multi-cycle memes, all right?
Yeah. Like SPX is just 3x.
And he went a little too far, calling for all-time highs every month, and now he's kind of pushed that to like.
He's only getting bashed because of that. But his core thesis of believing in something and holding is what this fucking industry should have done. Like the difference with NFTs in this meme cycle is that we believed in something so much that you could hold a cool cat from 0.1 ETH to 15 ETH at the top, and you make life-changing gains over like a few months. And in the meantime, you have a lot of fun building like a brand, a reputation, community, friends, etc. Not meaning cool cats because it's one of them, but like there was like 50 of those, right? Here, you got sold this dream of that you have to hyper rotate and use this tool and this Nova and this and this I'm just naming tools like and Nova and the Snow Sniper and you have to snipe, trench. Dude, we were in retrospect when my best friends in Montreal, like my best friends in life, texted me and say, "Yo, let's trench tonight. Let's go to yours, smoke weed and trench." I should have sold fucking everything. You know what I mean? It's the people that have been begging to get into crypto for 5 years now that are telling me, "Yo, let's hang out and trench." I'm like, what does trenching mean? Like, George, if you're listening, did I tell you this or not, motherfucker? My friend George, I love him. He's my best friend. And he's not a normie anymore. Like, he's been involved, but he also buys like majors, so I think he's a smart guy. But he was like, at this point, was like trenching every day. He's like, "Yo, let's hang out and trench." I'm like, "George, what does that mean, trenching?" I was like, "Let's go out. Let's get fucked up. Let's drink tonight. I'm tired." He's like, no, let's go to yours and let's trench. I'm like, what does it mean? You know what it meant to him? Having Nova open, Orange's fucking Discord. Frank bought this. Frank bought this. Well, fuck, did I? My computer's bug. He's like, Frank bought this. Buy this. Frank, this bought that. Buy that. And I'm like, George, do you hear yourself? And he was like, oh shit.
It basically was
Sounds
like
like a fun Friday to me. I mean,
it was fun when it was working, man. Though, like there was fun Fridays. I was slamming the fucking memes. I made like 50K on a Friday night, but that stopped happening all year long, dude. You know?
how wild is it that Dave Portnoy got paid $5 million?
He got $5 million back. Dave Portnoy, like the guy who, like, literally, I don't mean to be insulting, but he's only relevant in white America. Like, literally, like the American chats were going off on like Tyler, Peter Jennings, Jeeves, these stuff. You guys all know him, so you're trading his coins, whatever. But Euro chats were just like, okay, this is just gonna run. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. For once, Euro pores were right.
To lose, like, I don't know how people aren't just like, what the fuck? I want $5 million.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my. Anyways,
Anyway, I think it's going to take a long time for that to kind of come back. That's my long and short of it. I think I wanted to linger on a little bit, not just like move on. Like, oh, what soul memes are we buying? Like, I think it's fucking ridiculous what just happened, and I think I think people will. I don't think.
Man, lock-in is $8 million.
I think we need the new daily launches to drop substantially and drop for a while.
Well, they are, right? I think like, you remember that period last year, Mando, and Tyler, you know that, but we weren't really like talking as much, where Pepe bled for like a fucking long time in the $600 million range, Mando. Remember that?
Yeah.
We held Pepe early. We ran it to billion something. Then it went down to like 600 mil, guys, and it bled for the longest time. I have a feeling we may be going through that period now for memes. This one. I'm talking about this one.
It was long.
It was long, and they made everyone and the last people stop believing, aside for the Pepe bros would believe, like people like Nifty Wop, who then ended up making 8 figures, by the way. So it ends well. Like, this story ends well. You know what I mean? But if you look at Fartcoin, I think Fartcoin is like at this stage of something like that. If you were to believe that this cycle is not over, of course, right? Like, you need way more bleeding. You need way more chop here. Like, yeah. Fartcoin needs to be at $300 million for like 3 more months to make sure every single last person sells. And then it'll go back to 5 billion.
My model is Q4. Like, of course, I would love to see it in March, right? Like,
yeah, but no, right?
Here, realistic. Q4 seems like if it ever does come back, and I don't know if it is. Maybe
if you believe this cycle is not done, then you should probably believe it comes back, right? So here it was 278 days. What's that in months? Like, I don't know, but
it's 9 months.
There you go. So we've been talking about 9 months for a minute. So it starts here.
November.
Let's say 278 days ish. So you're in Q4. There, 250 days. Like, you're Q4, right?
I mean, the fractal on the 2021 cycle puts us majors peaking in November. Memes probably peak a month after, right? So it lines up.
Yeah, but point being is, be ready to go through this mentally, and even if it only lasts 3 months or 4 months or 6 months, it's fine because you'll be happier. But be mentally ready to go through this shit. You know. I see Bats in the comments. Pepe Bros for life. Yeah, he knows. They get cooked, bro. He probably made life-changing money. Why? Because he believed in something for real. You know, it's like, I don't know. I've seen it. Anyways, wow, it's 11:10. Look at that. Jesus. Let me tell y'all something, though. Some hopium for everyone. But on the business side, shit's popping in crypto. I wrote about this morning, but Lux is in Denver right now for us on our behalf on the Myriad side. The returns we're getting from investment firms, I mean, he was, Consensys is like pretty big on our cap table, right? Given that Decrypt was spun out of Consensys. So he had meetings with Metamask, with Joe Lubin, Mike Kriak, all these people. You saw Joe Lubin was like working Decrypt logo. He had meetings with a lot of the top VCs, and meetings with Tari and Naveen yesterday in Mando and stuff like that.
Tari's coming.
It's coming. I'm excited for Naveen, actually. But just all I have to say, everything's looking very positive from the standpoint of founders. And Tyler, you always talk about CT versus like institutional crypto. Like, it's really night and day, guys. Like, it's night and day. Like, as a founder, I'm bullish to the tits. Sure, as a trader, I'm not as bullish as I was like a month ago, but that's okay because that'll come back up and I'll get your fork again. Don't worry, guys. I've just decided this year I'm not doing what I did last cycle. I will stop bashing people when prices are down because I'm a bullish bull. Oh shit! Freedom slip. Anyways, Tyler, Sims, let's give away a punk. Let's give a punk away. Someone said cult. What's cult at? I don't know. Check your wallets for story, by the way. I found 300 story in my Farouk.eth wallet, and since I forgot that I didn't know it was eligible, that was $2,500 the other day.
Nice.
So check your wallets for story, because sometimes just finding some NFTs you could have gotten it. Anyways,
They went pretty wide with that. Yeah.
yeah.
Drops. Who else is coming? Make Ventify. You're coming up soon. Drop us some tokens.
Yeah, drop us. There's a lot of airdrops coming. There's a lot of airdrops on the way. All right.
Who do we
No,
got?
we don't have the music. Where's the music? Dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Another
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Jay Howell C. We're giving away red guys, and only red guys are winning. Look at that.
They win like 40% of the raffles, I think.
Yeah, I mean, this is because we have a fat red guy following. All right, well, red guy Howell C, wrecked Howell C, J Howell C, J Howell SY, J. Oh, there you are, J Howell SY, crypto, art, coffee, JavaScript, PFP, wrecked gay, guides, PFP, epic duck coin. Look at that. He's got everything in his bio. What up, Jay?
Hey, GM boys,
GM, how you doing?
Very good, lads, very good.
Oh, you're a lad. Where are you from?
He's
You from
British.
UK?
Yeah, damn right.
Damn right. All right. We got one of your people on the show here, Mando, today. Do you think he's gonna win a punk?
Yeah, why not?
Why
Brits
not?
need it.
Yeah, they do. Did you see JD Vance call out Case Tavener on video yesterday? A face to face. So funny. Anyways, we're not here to talk about that. All right, Jay Howell, are you ready? Let's make this guy Let's make this guy some money. Keep going. Well, you get another red guy. There you go. Congratulations.
Perfect. Boys,
We're the lads.
Here we go. There you go. He wins another red guy. You absolutely love to say. Well, boys, let me ask you one last question before we take off for the weekend. Higher or lower by Monday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time?
I'll go higher for sure.
For sure. Okay, Tyler?
Yeah, the bottom might be in. Let's go higher.
Okay. With that, I'll go higher too because I have to. Let's go for the culture. I think we squeezed the fucking shorts genuinely this weekend because it's low volatility and the ETFs are not selling. I think we squeezed the fuck out of those shorts because there's a lot of shorts, guys.
The more depressing thing is if like no one, we just bleed. Bleed now for 6 months and no one does anything.
And
I'll leave you with that.
That's not fair. You can't leave people out with that on a Friday, dude. All right, guys, don't worry. It's Friday.
You in
Go
6
party,
months for the next bull market, guys.
Go touch some grass. Have some fun. Let's squeeze the fucking shorts. And with that, we'll see you Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the episode of FOMO Hour on Rug Radio. Let's go.